So joining me now is Mark Lytle, co-counsel for the IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley, who says that Hunter Biden was protected and shielded from the law in ways that he has never seen in his long career. Watch this.
Based on my experience, I'm here to tell you that the Delaware U.S. Attorney's Office and Department of Justice handling the Hunter Biden tax investigation was very different from any other case in my 14 years at the IRS. At every stage, decisions were made that benefited the subject of this investigation.
So, welcome, first of all, Mark Lytle. Good to have you back on the program. Have you heard reaction from your client, Gary Shapley, to this news that the plea deal fell apart?
Well, I can tell you that Gary Shapley's efforts have always been to shine a light on the preferential treatment and the investigative decisions by the prosecutors in this case over the 5-year period. And, you know, he's pleased that that just came out. He's always, you know, wanted to say that he didn't want one result or another about how this works out. He just wanted the proper authorities to see what happened that was different from all of his 14 years, you know, in working as an IRS agent.
So I want to play one of the sound bites here that, you know, got a lot of attention between Mr. Shapley and Dan Goldman, which really sort of put Goldman in a difficult position. Watch this.
Hunter told his dad, according to Rob Walker, quote, "I may be trying to start a company or try to do something with these guys." Now, let me ask you something. That doesn't sound much like Joe Biden was involved in whatever Hunter Biden was doing with the CEFC if Hunter Biden is telling him that he's trying to do business with them, does it?
No, but it does show that he told his father he was trying to do business, and he was talking to his father.
Well, that is true.
Well, that is true. How much impact do you think that his testimony had on this judge when she looked at this now called sweetheart plea deal?
I think it had to be an important part of it. I mean, the two whistleblowers stood just a week ago in front of Congress, and they were cross-examined for more than 6 hours. They had behind-the-scenes interviews for more than 14 hours combined. These guys, Joe Ziegler, Gary Shapley, my client, they exude credibility. They have credibility. They have experience as law enforcement officers, particularly with the IRS. And so I think it carries weight what they have to say. And, you know, guys like Dan Goldman, they continue to try to attack these whistleblowers. And that's the kind of thing that these guys have had to like, withstand. And just last night, the Hunter Biden's legal team tried to claim that in the filings that there were grand jury materials or tax information that were improperly filed publicly. And it's just not true. They went through the proper means. They went through the proper procedures, and they've done nothing wrong. The only thing they've done is be, you know, courageous in coming forward and withstanding some of the attacks that they've had on them. And I think the judge's ruling has really upheld what they've said.
If I may, I want to quickly ask you about this story that has just been coming out. With regard to a U.S. attorney, former assistant U.S. attorney Alex Meckler, who was a close Biden associate. He worked on the campaign. And he, you know, has these text messages between Hunter Biden and himself. Love you, hope you're good, call sometime. The other one says, give me a call sometime, we can catch up, love you, brother. This is someone who was working in David Weiss's office while this investigation was going on. What's your reaction to that?
I got to tell you, Martha, all of these things coming out, you know, no one's really talked about that. They haven't actually talked about the fact that the prosecutors, Leslie Wolf, the tax division attorneys, who all agreed to recommend felony charges, they're no longer on the case. These prosecutors who showed up today in the courtroom, they're absolutely new to the case. And how could they figure out, you know, 5 years of investigation in a couple of weeks? No one's really talked about that. I think all of this chaos, if you will, behind the scenes of the Department of Justice really just supports the point that there really needs to be a special counsel. That this has really just been too messed up. There needs to be a special counsel who not only can decide what to do with the Bidens, the Biden family, the president, in terms of charges, but also write a report about what happened behind the scenes here so it never happens again, because clearly a lot of wrong things were done, and we're hoping that Congress will be able to get to the bottom of it and flush out what caused the preferential treatment, the wrong decisions on investigative steps. And if I could, Martha, we've been working with Empower Oversight, a whistleblower protection firm. they've set up a fund, defendwhistleblowers.com, to help fund these people who are attacked all the time and want to come forward with the truth. And so we hope folks will recognize the actual anguish and suffering that some of these people are going to go through.
Yeah. No, they deserve credit. It's a very hard thing to do, and it has a huge impact on your life. Clearly, Hunter Biden walked into that courtroom this morning thinking that he was going to come out and make a big statement. I'm so glad to put all this behind me, something to that effect, I would guess. But that is not what happened. So, Mark, thank you. Always good to see you.
Thank you, Martha.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.